I wanted to do a quick in progress video on this doll, and it's one of my boys, and he's got these crazy little teeth and dimples. And I'm still doing some finishing touches, like I haven't filled in around his hair because I usually trim out some things, and then I will take charcoal and and clean that up and give it more of a transition. One of the things with this doll, he still needs a haircut. He's got crazy hair right now. It's a big doll. But it does not have a good body. You see little bodies like that just doing this. I've got to kind of mend this. And it has a little spot right here, and there's a place around his neck and a place on his shoulder. But I can pretty much mend that up. And his head's crooked. I guess it's always going to be crooked. Well, here's what I wanted to show you. Sometimes I don't make the clothes. Sometimes I get really creative with clothing because I don't have a lot of boy clothes. So I was at a little thrift store that I love, and it's a different one, and it had this doll, and this is a one that's out in, oh my gosh, Bastrop area, as you're going to Bastrop, Louisiana. It's actually in Sterlington. So I found this doll there, and I just love all of his stuff, and I can see putting this may be too small, but the concept of using, and I have a lot of burlap, to put a burlap set kind of thing over his head, but to use the fabric, the body here that's already been made, and put it on this doll. I'm basically going to transfer the clothes from him over to this doll, and the pants are nice and long, which is another thing, because these long legs, it's going to be hard to find, I'm going to have to make something. I can either use the shoes that they have here, which would be kind of cute, or I can make him some different shoes. Or another thing I do, I can sculpt some shoes or paint some shoes on here. But I'm kind of, this was glued to something, so I'm probably not going to use those because of that. But I have some ideas for what I can do. Actually, I can do felt as far as I got. I've got a lot of felt. The one thing about this outfit is that it was faded out, and it's got some spots on it right here. Oh, no, that's lint. Never mind. But it is faded. Just a few spots like this. Not really worried about that. Oh, he's glued. But what I do kind of like that he has mittens. I'm really thinking about using these mittens on him so that he looks like he's wearing a Halloween costume. I think that would be so sweet. And maybe do something cute like that with one of the girls. Like make her a little witch outfit. So if I can just get this undone. I don't know. But I just want to show you where I get some of my ideas. So there's idea number 1. Sorry, my nails kind of messed up. So an idea number 2 was from another thrift store I like to visit. This is a family thrift store. I mean, it helps out families in the Monroe area. So I love to visit them every chance I get. And I love these pants. Now I would take this stuff off. And it's stitched on, it may be glued. But I would replace it with patches of another color or something. I don't want them to be cutesy like this. Like these buttons, take the buttons off and then take this off. Now, the vest and this tiny shirt, which is not really a shirt, it's just sleeves that are on the doll, that are on the teddy bear. I would take that off and use this on a smaller doll because I think he's so long that by the time you put that chest, it would be up here. But I know how to make vests, so I can kind of whip this out. And the other thing is the hat's tiny, but I have other small dolls stashed away somewhere, and I can just save this for a small doll and make a little boy, this little. Take off this I would not include. And it's thank goodness sewed on and not glued on. So that's another option, and just borrow these pants off of this doll. Even though that little hat matches. I don't think I'd like them to be matchy. So my little boys look like urchins, but you see the waist is right here. So once you put it up to here, it would be a pair of short pants on him, and then it would be the socks and shoes. So this is where I do some of my brainstorming on what to do with my dolls. Now, he is not finished in so many ways. I also have not put his eyelashes on or any glaze in his eyes. Now, these are his original set eyes. I don't like changing out eyes. It's a hard work. See some places where I got to touch up on my hair. And this is what happens with my hair. This particular pelt was kind of firm, and it was hard to get it to bend. But I will do my best. I'm just going to soften up those edges with the clippers. Like fingernail clipper, the fingernail things, those are great. I don't know, it's cuticle cutters. I think I'm digging this. I may say this all for a smaller doll and may even make long pants. Because then once you put this up to the waist on one of these dolls, this would come down a little bit lower. Problem with the sleeves, I did notice you could unstitch them and they would be a little bit longer, but they're not very long. That is a thing. I could use And he has no collar. Thought about, I'm going to use this bow anyway. So this might not work. I may use a vest separately because these are just sleeves. I don't have any extra fabric in there. Let me see his body. His body's just blue. So I don't know what I would use for a collar that would show, unless I just did the scarf thing, which is another option. But anyway, yeah, so let's go with this. And then I'll make a little girl who's like a little witch or something to go with it. Looks like she's wearing, I hate to do Halloween, but it is August. October will be here before you know it. And they've already got Halloween stuff out in the stores, so may as well start putting some Halloween stuff out. So you can see this was way too small because here is his nose. That's the top of his head, and that's his nose. And by the time I did that, it just didn't line up, so didn't like that anyway. I didn't think I wanted the hat on him, and I'm going to put something cuter around here. That's raffia, though. I may have some colored raffia or something, or I'll figure something out. I always do. I always make it work. But yeah, because this is some good hair. I don't want to lose his hair. I want him to have some good hair. Gives you an idea of what I can do with the burlap to kind of work it into his outfit, and then put a little tie around here of the jute rope. And I'm excited about him. I'm really digging him a lot, and I'd like to show that when I make these dolls, it's not just something I throw together. I do put a lot of thought in them. I love them, and I love them for me first. Like I always say, this is my baby first, and if you want it, you can buy it. But other than that, I'm always happy. In fact, real quick, spin around. Here's my babies right now, and they're pretty much on display in my makeshift office here, my son's old bedroom. And yeah, so I'm digging them. So I think, yeah, I have no problem keeping my dolls. But like this one, for example, that I've had, why don't you focus? I've had her for about 4 years. I did her back when in 2016, when I originally started doing it. I keep hitting my thing. So I did her back in 2016, and I've just added her skirt and got her some wings put on her because she has some drawn-on wings, and just kind of, fluffed her up a little bit. So I love her. She's adorable. I've added some more cute little things to my dolls. Like, look at the puppy. And he's sweet. So I need to take new pictures of him because I did add the puppy. So anyway, back to that mess. Yeah, let's see how this turns out.